Right.
Yeah, and that's what the article or the podcast is talking about, solutions to it. Just like we said, you get bullion, you get gold, you start your own bank, you know what I'm saying? You buy your own land, you build your own house, you go from there. So it's definitely relevant.
Yeah, because I'm seeing that they keep talking about everybody could own their own bank and everybody be their own bank. Like I see why they pushing like certain agendas right now is because you pretty much that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna be responsible for your own money. That's all a bank is, being responsible for your own money. And that's
Exactly. And we have that, I mean, and that's the thing is real wealth, is gold, is
Right.
land, is property, is business. It's not the paper fiat that, it's a promissory note, it's the IOU.
right.
That ain't real. So,
It's
it's just if people realize that, it's like we're the ones in charge, we're the ones with the power, we're the ones that makes this whole thing go. We just have to take our power back and say, hey, this is how we're going to do it. You either get on board or bye, peace, but like you said, it's obvious, but
it's obvious
some
because
people,
when you really think about it, okay, somebody worked their ass off, save some money, buy some land, and the Federal Reserve could just come along, print $5 billion, give it to somebody, and that person could take that $5 billion or whatever and go buy the same land you just slaved for, and then the taxpayers is responsible for paying back that $5 billion or whatever. It's crazy. How is it's like how is real wealth being earned? You know what I mean? When people could just print it, like it, people gonna have to wake up, man. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
right?
Yeah.
And they stole it from us. I mean, that's what they did. They stole all the gold and silver that throughout the thousands and years of civilization that the real people did earn.
Right.
And they stole it.
It up.
33. Right. They
Yeah.
stole it and now they hoard it. Like the biggest holders of gold are governments and central banks. They know what's up. It's just, and how they get it from us, they took it.
Right. Whether they took it by the gun or the sword or by the pen and the paper, they took it. They didn't earn it. They took it.
Absolutely.
And I was watching a video, man. The Rockefellers and the Rothschild family. Oh my God. I don't know if I sent y'all that video, but man, they beasts, bro. I didn't know. I knew they was beasts, but they super beasts. They are super beasts, man. They literally orchestrated it to where they have all rights to anything and everything, to the money, to the. I mean, you just can't do nothing without that family saying it's okay to do it. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, mafia. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they-
mafioso.
It's straight mafia, man. Like I didn't realize how deep it was. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, the Rockefeller, Rothschild family, whatever, Carnegie's, yeah, they whatever control a certain amount. But no, they don't just control a certain amount, man. These families are literally kings and queens. Like, well, kings, yeah, kings and queens, literally like royalty over the world, and they do it through the banks, man. It's like I'm really realizing like how deep this thing go. If this thing happened where we go back to the republic, that means the fiat money. Because what happened was in 1933 when they took us off of gold, the stock market went crazy. when it went all the way up because they was printing fake money, so people was putting that money back into the stock market. I think in 60 something, with Nixon, right? When Nixon took us off of gold in 60 something.
Yeah, it was like 71 with Nixon,
71.
but they stole it in 33 was
when they stole it, yeah.
FDR, FDR, and that's the New Deal. The New Deal was all the Social Security, all the retirement, all that stuff, and that's when they started basically, like you said, the Costco Club, that's when your membership has its privileges, and that's when they took everything the first time, and hoarded it for themselves. And then in 71, Nixon said, okay, we got it, but now we're not even going to give it back.
Right.
Like, we are after literally taking this for good.
Okay, you just put me up. You just made me realize something. They started hoarding it in 33, more of it. And then like 40 years later, 38 years later, almost 40 years later, they let me see. 71 minus, that's what, 40, 50?
It's like 40.
40 years later, they that's why they took us off of gold, because they knew they already had collected all that they needed to collect it and put it in Fort Knox. They said, man, I'm just realizing how deep this thing is. They got patience, man. They waited like 40 years. They got patience.
It's a long game.
It's a long game. So that means if they take us off the banking system now and they put us on cryptocurrency, it might not be in 10, 20 years they put us on cryptocurrency. It might literally be in 40 years, although I don't think it's going to take that long. It might take that long for it to be normal, but I don't think it's going to take that long for them to implement it, to start it.
Right, they already got all the blockchain stuff. Again, everything that we get is 20, 30 years already in the making.
Right.
From when they were experimenting with. So they have it all set up. It's just what they try to do, and even what the article or the podcast last night is the propaganda is how are we going to convince the people to go along with it? How are we going to get the people to go along with it? Because they know they're outnumbered. But like you said, it's pen and paper. They can't beat us with the sword. They can't beat us with a gun because there's just way more of us than them.
Right.
But if they can manipulate us and get us to, coalesce and go along with it without them having to really lift a finger, boom. And that's what they're trying to do is they try to propagate, get their narratives out there to be like, okay, how are we going to get these people in there by their own choosing? Voluntary servitude, voluntary enslavement.
Yeah, I see exactly what's going on now. They don't even worry about if, they just worry about when, because they already know what they're gonna do. They just worry about when everybody gonna voluntary. Man, it's crazy. I'm literally sitting up here right now because I was like, man, ain't no way in the hell everybody gonna go along with cryptocurrency. Even though I invested in it, I'm like, ain't no way in hell everybody gonna go along with this. They're not worried about everybody going along with it right now, long as eventually in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, long as eventually they go along with it. Which by that time, it'll be like not even our offsprings. It'll be our offsprings, doing it and stuff. They teaching them blockchain stuff in school and everything like that. So that way, all they gonna know is the blockchain. They not gonna know nothing else. It's kind of like cell phones and emails now. It's like they taught our babies, teaching our babies cell phones and emails in school. I was like, man, I'll never get a cell phone. I'll never do this email crap. Now I don't even have no choice.
Yep, the frog's in the pot. It's a slow boil.
I literally just started reading emails probably about a year ago. I never paid attention to emails. Now I don't have no choice. Yeah. Dang. Man. Anyhow, y'all got any more input on that? So what we probably
I mean, you could go on for days and years.
Yeah,
like
man.
the one thing, like just going on top. Like I was talking to somebody last night about cursive. Like I'm starting to write again in cursive because like we don't write anymore. And like you said with the kids, like cursive writing is going to be a foreign language, and what that does is it eliminates a lot of history because what like a lot of founding documents. I mean, ancient documents are written in cursive.
Right.
And if you've never seen cursive before, well, you'll look at it and be like, that's a foreign language. I don't even know what that is. So it's another way, again, programming people to forget about history and to, be actually, just good little robots that have no way, no how to actually learn about the truth or other perspectives because they don't even identify cursive as a language. It's crazy, but that's just one example of the many things. But yeah, they started young, and then they played a long game, and then eventually, before you know it, and you're wrapped up in it, and you're like, man, what happened?
You won't have no choice.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I just started writing in cursive again myself because I do what's called scripting. Like to manifest, I write out what I want by writing it. It's called scripting. And I went to write it in cursive, and I'm like, dang, I literally forgot how to write in cursive for real. I could read it, but as far as writing it, like I literally forgot how to connect the letters. You know what I'm saying? Like my cursive now look like Ushy scratch when it used to be like real nice and pretty. And I'm like, wow.
Exactly.
Man, if you don't like I said in last class, if you don't use it, you lose it for real. You don't even realize you lose it. You lose that talent for real. But matter of fact, let me play this here. What they because I'm recording class, so let me play this video right here. What they fixing to do is they are fixing to basically let all the information out about what's been going on, how the government is not really a government, and how it's actually a corporation. And with that information coming out that the government's not really a government, it's actually a corporation, what that means is that people are going to get mad, get pissed off. They're going to want a new system, a new government, and then, realize we need to go back to the republic. And then people are going to want to be in a republic and want to be self-sufficient and want to know for sure that we're back in the republic. So once we're back in the republic, all the assets, all the real physical assets are what's going to be worth anything. All the real physical assets are what's going to be worth anything. So physical gold, physical land, physical artwork, anything physical that you could touch, physical food, is going to be worth anything. And then, the stock market is probably going to crash because half of that money is not real money. It's not real earned money. It's money that they literally printed and put on a stock market. So this is why I keep telling y'all to buy land, because land is one of those things. And I just thought about it last night. Land is one of those things that you can use it for everything in life. Live on, grow your food, make a house on it, make a business on it. There's nothing that you cannot do there, I don't know how to say, everything you want to do in life, you can do it with land, because of land. Okay, there's you cannot avoid land. In other words, you cannot avoid land. I know sometimes we look out there at the trees, we driving, we see number of trees and land, and it looks ugly. It doesn't look sexy until a developer come in and make some nice roads or some nice streets and put some nice houses up. Then we're like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get people to realize this beforehand, that we need to buy up land, because the way things going, that is going to be the only thing that matters, is how much real physical assets you have. How much money you have in a bank is not even going to matter. Like 100,000 is not even 100,000 anymore. 1 million is the new 100,000. 10 million is the new 100,000. Like if you say you got $1 million, don't nobody care. Excuse me. If you say you have $100,000, don't nobody care. Like people like, oh, okay, that's cool. But if you say you have 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, it's like, whoa, you rich, you know. So basically, everybody's got to get on board with getting real assets, because what they're doing should be obvious. We was just talking about in class. What they're doing should be obvious, that they put all this money into the economy. They printed more money between 2020 and 2021 than was ever printed throughout history. And they knew all that money will funnel right back up to them. It will funnel right back up to them. And when I say them, I'm talking about specifically the Zionist Jews, and I'm talking specifically Rockefeller family, Rothschild family, all these families that own the Federal Reserve and these banks. They knew specifically the money would filter right back up to them, right? Because they're the one owns the banks, and they can control, you know, your money basically. And then with that money being in the economy, they can take that money and go buy hard assets, land, gold, silver. um I'm even noticing what's going on in the stock market, in the cryptocurrency market. What they do is they'll throw their money in there, everybody will go crazy and throw their money in there. And then after everybody done threw their money in there, the first set of people pull their money out. But when they pull their money out, they're not pulling out their money. They're pulling out the second set of people money out. You know, that's who money they're pulling out. So once that money come out, now the second set of people get nervous and anxious, and they start to pull their money out. But by then it's too late. By then it's too late. Like, you're only pulling out a fraction of your money, half of your money, if anything. And then once that second set of people done pull their money out, now the first set of people go back in and buy back in again. And it's just a repetitive cycle. And it's crazy. It's really, really crazy that nobody sees that this is obviously what's going on. And it's a slow game. You're not going to buy land or gold or silver or anything today and 10x your money tomorrow. You might literally double it tomorrow, double it in a week or 2 weeks, but then it's just going to drop right back down again. The real the real money comes after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. That's when you really see your money like solid. Everything after that is just up and down roller coaster, up and down roller coaster. And we're gonna get into class real fast, and then I'm gonna just say this, then we're gonna get into the real stuff real fast. And when we have land is one of those things that even if it ever loses even if it ever loses monetary value, again, land is the only thing you can live on. You can grow your food on. You can build a business on. It's not like stocks, gold, silver, where you can't eat stocks, gold and silver. You know what I'm saying? You cannot make anything out of gold and silver, but jewelry and whatever else you could make out of it. You know what I mean? So again, land is one of those things that's necessary. It's not even an option. It's necessary. You could get your water out the land if you have a well. Even if you don't have a well, you could make some type of thing on your land where you catch water, from the rain and everything like that. But anyhow, we're gonna get into class. I think it was something we was talking about last time, and I said we'll continue this time. Anybody remember what it was? If not, we'll just go with the flow here.
Well, it was just more of, like you said, like the mindset.
Okay.
Mindset of, understanding the long game, and that you have to acquire these physical assets. Because, like, even the families, the Rockefellers, the Rothschild, J.P. Morgan, Vanderbilt, all of them, there was one person that started it. Way back when, there was one person that actually said, okay, I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to get this land. I'm going to build it from the ground up. And then my family will be good for years to come. But I have to struggle now. And that's kind of the mindset, is that you have to embrace the struggle right now, play and understand, hey, this isn't for me. This is for the next generation. But it has to be done because there's no other way to do it.
Boy, you just dropped a gem right there.
Big gem.
Big gem. And that's what everybody's scared of. Everybody's scared of the struggle that comes in the beginning. And that's selfish. That's selfish because especially if you have offsprings, that is so selfish that instead of you taking these $300 a month to buy some land for your offsprings, you rather take them and buy some Jordan, some lashes, go out to eat every night. You rather take that money, buy cigarettes, weed, drugs, alcohol, like anything that's not necessary for living right now. You don't need to be buying it. You don't need to be putting your money in it unless it's absolutely necessary for your survival. I'm not saying don't go out to eat. I'm not saying don't wear your lashes, don't wear your makeup, don't buy your Jordans, don't smoke your weed, don't drink no alcohol. I'm not saying that, but some of that money could go towards land. Some of that money could go towards assets. You do not need to eat out every night. Every time you go to your lunch break from your job, you do not need to go spend $10, $15 for lunch, then spend $10, $15 for dinner. Some people spend $10, $15 for breakfast. You do not need to do that. You do not, right now, I'm talking about in 2020, right now, you do not need a new outfit every weekend. You do not need a new pair of Jordans every month. Like, I'm telling y'all, right now is a time where everybody should be focused on hard assets, real assets. Chris just dropped a super gem. Everybody should pretend they're in struggle mode right now. Especially if you're not in struggle mode, you need to pretend you're in struggle mode. I think I said that last time. Everybody needs to be living off of as minimum as you can. And again, I'm not saying to just completely take all your little pleasures out of life away. I'm not saying that, but minimize it. Everybody needs to have a minimalistic mentality right now, not a broke mentality, but a minimalistic mentality, meaning you're taking a lot of your money that you make, and instead of just blowing it, throwing it away, a lot of your extra money that you make, besides your pertinent bill, you're taking a lot of that extra money that you make, and instead of just throwing it away, you're planting it back. You're using that money to plant it back, for it to grow. You're using that money to invest in something that it will guarantee to grow. Okay? Stocks is not guaranteed. That is not guaranteed, meaning stocks go up and down. In 1933 or 1929, somewhere around there, the stock market completely crashed. Yes, over time it has been going up, but it's not guaranteed. The only thing on this planet that has been consistently going up from the beginning of time is land, gold, silver. Land, gold, and silver. It's the only things. Not even diamonds. Not even diamonds, not even rubies, not even anything else but land, and specifically land. People, all wars are fought because of land. All wars are fought because of land. People go in, conquer the land up to right now in 2024. They go in, conquer the land, and take the resources out the land from the people. I think in Congo, it's some 20 something trillion dollars worth of the material that they need to make cell phones. Trillions of dollars worth of it. So they're going into the Congo and making people have war against each other while they steal this mineral to make cell phones. The land, that material comes out of the land. And people don't realize it. It's not about the house. You can always build a house. It's about the land. Matter of fact, they got technology right now where complete houses are being built by robots and AI technology. Like they don't even need contractors anymore. You know, people are building tiny homes. People are building all kind of alternative homes. It's not about the house anymore. It's about the land. And back to what Chris was saying, you have to struggle right now. I'm telling you, I'm not speculating. I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you, people, you have to struggle right now. Like Chris said, if the founding fathers, mothers, whoever, for the Rockefeller family, Rothschild family, Carnegie, all these families, if somebody in their family did not say, I am going to struggle, I am going to work. Perfect example, Walmart. Sam Walton from the Walmart family. He worked at JCPenney forever. I think he started Walmart when he was 60 something, 65, something like that, or 50 something. That man was broke. He was broke. He just had the money that he had from his savings, his retirement, and he took that money and he started a little store, and he called it, I forget what it was called, but it wasn't called Walmart. Later on down the road, he called it Walmart, something like that. And then what he did was he figured out how to buy stuff cheap, sell it, but sell it for a cheaper price than everybody else. And then it just kept growing. Walmart just didn't blow up overnight. It took him about 10, 20 years to blow up. Matter of fact, Walmart didn't become the Walmart we know it as today until he was dead and gone. But the point is, he started something. He started a system. The system that he started was buy stuff super cheap, sell it super cheap, get all the customers to come to you, and then put your price back up. I don't know if y'all realize, but Walmart is not cheap. Walmart is not cheap. You could buy a shirt. I could go to Ross. I could go to any of these discount stores like Ross, Burlington, TJ Maxx, and I could buy a nice pair of Levi's jeans for cheaper or the same price than I could buy a pair of jeans at Walmart from. I could go to Food Lion and buy food cheaper than what I could buy food for at Walmart from. Walmart is not cheap. Walmart is just convenient. It's just convenient because you could go in there and buy everything you want one time. You could buy everything from food to ammo, you know, to get while you're getting your car fixed, your oil change. You could just go in there and do everything one time. And that's a system that he created. See, it's about creating a system. You know, the Rockefeller family, they created a banking system. It's a system that they created and perfected. Every family need to create a system and perfect it. Okay, the Amish families, they created a system for making cabins, carpentry, anything have to do with carpentry, the and farming, like real food and even meats, real meat. The Amish families have perfected a system to where now if you say, oh, the Amish built this for me, everybody know that's quality built. That's quality built. Okay? If I have a travel trailer, which I'm planning to buy one real soon, and I say, oh, the Amish built me this travel trailer, but you know what? I want to sell it. And you have a travel trailer and you say, oh, this is built in China or by an American company. And we both want the same price for a travel trailer. I will probably sell my travel trailer faster than you because I said the Amish built my travel trailer because people know they're getting quality by buying from the Amish. They perfected a system and they have a brand. They have a brand. Each family need to perfect a system for building something, for having something. And everybody need to start. Somebody in your family need to start. Need to say, man, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna figure out this one thing right here and build on it, make it perfect, and pass it down. I don't care if it's a recipe like Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't care if it's how to make a tire like Firestone. I don't care if it's how to build a car like Ford. I don't care if it's how to put in the perfect hair implant, like whoever family could do that, and or make the perfect surgery, plastic surgery, whatever talent is given to you, you need to keep perfecting it, keep doing it, and pass that information down to your family, and keep that information in your family, and y'all grow that and make money off of that. You getting out of high school, getting a job, and working for another family is keeping you perpetually broke. That's what's keeping people broke. Because then you stressed out, you take your little money, and you're like, oh my God, I just need to enjoy my life tonight. And you say that every Friday night for the rest of your life. Until one day, hopefully, you wake up and you say, oh my God, all that money I spent every Friday and Saturday night, I could have been rich right now if I invested it. But instead, you let that job stress you out. You allowed it to make you want to go buy drugs and alcohol or a new outfit to feel better or go on vacation to feel better. That's what we do. That's what I did. I took my money for years. Instead of investing it, I'm like, man, I need something to make me feel better. That was a stressful work week. And they called it a week on purpose because by Friday, you're fried. By Friday, you are fried. Saturday, you need to set your ass down. Okay? Monday, you back on the money grind. Okay? You was weak, feeling feeble all days. You was in a daze. They telling you on purpose. Okay? What you're doing. You're casting spells on yourself just by your words. Everything about this whole society has people perpetually broke. If you take your offspring and tell them to get a regular job at Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Walmart, you take your offspring, tell them to go get a regular job, work whatever minimum wage is right now, $10, $15 an hour. Go buy them a piece of land the way I show my students how to buy land. Pay they $100, $200, $300 a month on their land. Get them a little travel trailer, a little cabin, put on their land. Okay, mind you, no college degree. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Buy this land. No, don't go to college. I'm literally telling people right now not to send their offsprings to college. Listen to why I'm telling you this. Okay, unless you're going for some specialty degree like being a doctor. I'm not even going to say being a lawyer, because now ChatGPT is going to take over all lawyer jobs. All lawyer jobs. We're not even going to need lawyers anymore, and we're really not going to need doctors anymore. But anyhow, I think having the information of how to be a doctor is going to always be relevant, right? Because that's just good information to know, is how to fix your body, right? Even if you're a holistic doctor, just some type of doctor is going to always be relevant, right? You need that. You need health. You need health. It's like farming. I think robots are going to take over farming, but I think knowing how to farm is good to do. Like, even though robots are going to take over farming, certain things that require you to live, you should know how to do. Like, you should know how to make your own medicines. You should know how to grow your own food. You should even know how to build your own house, fix your own cars. Like, these are certain things that you should these are just basic skills. Like, we used to have home economics and auto mechanics in high school. Everybody should come out of high school taking home economics, learning how to bake, learning how to cook, learning how to fix cars, learning carpentry. Everybody should have a trade time they come out of high school, but they took all of that out of high school, right? But nevertheless, if you take yourself or your offspring out of high school, buy them some land or make them buy some land, put whatever little dwelling you can on it. I don't care if it's a tent. You make that struggle. I'm telling you, make that struggle. Struggle for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, paying off your land, putting a little trailer on it, putting a little house on it, a little cabin on it. I guarantee you, at the end of them 5 years and at the end of 10 years, you or that offspring or that family member will be in a better position than somebody who got out of high school, went to college. Now they got a college debt, a 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000, could barely get a job. Okay, because robots and technology done took over their job. Okay, now they still got to pay that student loan debt back. How many of y'all don't even have good credit because of student loans? Student loans messed up my credit for years. For years. Okay? Student loan alone messed up my credit for years. Okay? You having land, number one, you have somewhere to live forever. Your offspring's having land, they have somewhere to live forever. You knowing how to buy land, all the ins and outs of buying land, okay? That's information you should know forever, and you should pass down to your offsprings forever. How many people know how to buy land? People don't even know how to buy land. People don't even know that they can buy land owner financing. People don't even know that banks really don't finance land. They really don't. When you hear somebody get a loan on some land, that's because they got a personal loan. That's a signature loan they got on that land. The bank ain't really financing the land. They financing you. The banks do not finance land. But now, if what we think is going to happen, banks are going to be financing land, because land will be the only asset. Land will be the real only asset. Land, gold, and silver will be the real only asset. Okay? But I'm telling you guys, if you teach your offsprings how to buy land, if everybody follow the Amish system, teach your offsprings how to farm, how to buy land, how to cook, how to bake, how to make your own medicines, you will be your offsprings, your grand offsprings, all your offsprings forever, as long as the information keep passing down, will be in a better position than somebody who tell their offspring, go to school, get a job, buy a big house. Then they tell the next one, go to school, get a job, all you doing is passing down stress. That's all you're doing. Your offspring, all they're going to be is stressed out. Then they're going to teach their offsprings to do that, which is your grand offsprings. They're going to be stressed out. You're going to look down the line dead in your grave and say, look at all my lineages just stressed out. Some of them strung out on drugs because they can't pay their mortgages. They can't pay their bills because they don't have a job, because they don't know how to live off the land. They don't know how to buy land. All they know how to do is rent a house, rent an apartment. All they know how to do is rent. They don't have any life skills. That's what I should have said. Life skills. Certain things are just life skills, basic life skills that I myself did not have. If you talk to the average person, man, how do I buy some land? They're going to look at you like they clueless. But if you ask them, hey, how do I get some Section 8? Oh, child, all you got to do, go down there. I'm going to tell you exactly the address. Go down there, do this, fill out the paperwork. Oh, tell Miss Jones I said hi. They know the people down there by name down there at the Section 8 office. Or how do I go find somewhere to rent? Oh, they renting apartments down there. They got some brand new apartments down there renting for $650 a month, $1,650 a month. People know exactly where to go and how to go about renting and food stamps and Section 8. Ask somebody how to buy land. They don't know nobody down there at the county, zoning and building. They don't know nobody down there at planning. They don't know nobody down there. They ask them about farming. They don't know nothing about the Farmers Bureau. They don't know nothing about a Farmer's Almanac. What's a Farmer's Almanac? But if you ask them how to shop in a grocery store, oh, just go down there and get some coupons. You want some food stamps? Oh, I could show you right now how to get some food stamps. They're giving food stamps away. I'm telling you, it's crazy. These are the skills people have, basic skills, how to feed yourself. People think how to feed yourself is getting a job. People think being independent is having a job and being able to work a job, get some fake fiat money and go buy some stuff at the grocery store. That is not independent. Independence is when you can go out in the jungle, know what trees, berries, leaves, bugs, insects to eat that, live off of that, figure out which seeds to plant that, wait for the harvest to come, grow your harvest, figure out how to chop down a tree, figure out how to build a house from them trees. That's independent. Figuring out a system like the banking system, a system like Sam Walmart did. Figuring out a system, that's independence. Working for somebody is not independent. Depending on somebody, going in the grocery store is not independent. That is not being independent. They got people thinking they independent out here, and that's not independent. I challenge anybody to go right now and ask somebody how to buy land and how to grow food. People are completely clueless. People don't even know. All you got to do is get a seed, put in the ground, put some water on it. I was completely ignorant of that. And I grew up on a farm till I was 5 years old. But again, if you don't use it, you lose it. I was amazed when I grew my first batch of tomatoes. I was like, you mean to tell me I've been buying tomatoes all these years when all I had to do is take some tomato seeds, drop them in some soil, and put some water on it and let some sunlight hit them? And in a couple weeks, I have some seeds. I have some tomatoes. You mean to tell me I just find some watermelon, find a good watermelon, take all the seeds out, throw it in some water, let them sprout, then put them sprouted seeds in some good soil, and months later I have some good watermelon instead of paying $10, $20 for a watermelon? You mean to tell me I could just get some chickens and watch them lay eggs every day, and I'll have free eggs for the rest of my life instead of buying eggs for $2, $3, $4, $5 a dozen? Basic stuff people don't know. It's complete cluelessness. But ask them how to get some food stamps. They'll tell you A to Z exactly. Ask them how to get some Section 8. They'll tell you A to Z exactly. Ask them how to go rent an apartment. Oh, when you go down there and rent the apartment, they're going to make you fill out an application, right? And when you fill out the application, write this on there, write that on there. Don't tell them this. Don't tell them that. And they'll tell you how to forge paperwork. Tell them you make this amount of money. Oh, my homeboy, my homegirl could hook you up with a fake pay stub. People know all of this, scamming, everything. This is what we know. How to fix your credit. Man, fuck credit. I don't even care about credit. Only reason I'm making my credit straight now is so I could borrow some of this fake money to buy some more assets. Okay? People know all the bullshit. Anything real we don't know, people don't know. And it's crazy. It's baffling. And I'm telling you guys, we're going to get into a little bit of classwork right now. I'm going to stop my Sunday sermon preaching. We're going to get into some classwork. I'm telling you guys, you have to focus on basic skills right now, specifically right now in 2020. You have to focus on basic skills. Otherwise, these skills will be gone forever. Forever. Okay? These skills will be gone forever. Basic skills like buying land. Basic skills like growing food. Basic skills how to build a house. How to take care of your hair naturally instead of these chemicals. Basic skills we need to get back to. How to make toothpaste, how to make real natural toothpaste, how to make real natural deodorant. By the way, if you eat right, you won't even need deodorant. We need deodorant because we eating fake poisonous food and our body exuding the poison. That's why people smell bad when they sweat. We smell bad when we sweat because we're eating bad food. If we eat the real food, we would not smell bad when we sweat. You ever smell somebody that when they sweat, they actually smell good? You're like, oh my God, even when you sweat, baby, you smell good. And then somebody else, when they sweat, you want to run? That's because of what you eat. We got to get back to natural ways and real ways of doing stuff. Must Be Trippin' said, yes, I live and work on a farm right now on my second season. Finally, more people gaining that knowledge of the truth. Finally, it's a lot of us. I just got on the board since 2017. But anyhow, we've talked about trust in class. Anybody started doing their trust yet? Anybody in class started doing their trust yet? Anybody have any questions? Let's start off with questions. Anybody have any questions? Okay. Y'all just interrupt me anytime you want to speak also. But we've talked about trust. Okay. We've talked about the 5 things, contracts you need when you are purchasing property. There are 5 contracts. Okay. You need to start off with your offer. You're going to make an offer on the property, right? You see a property you want, whether it's from the websites that I provide for you guys, or you just find a property. You find a property you want. The first thing you're going to do is make an offer. You're going to talk to the owner of the property or the seller of the property about an offer. Once you come to an agreement, once you and the seller come to an agreement, you write up the offer, okay? Sign it, okay? You give that offer to the attorney, okay? Or if it's a business that does this professionally, they will just go in their computer and type in the numbers accordingly, what you guys agreed to, right? That's an offer contract. The next thing is a purchase contract. Your purchase contract is basically saying seller agrees to sell, buyer agrees to buy. The third thing is you can either write up your trust or you can just go right into the promissory note contract if you're buying it through owner financing, right? So either one could come next. A promissory note contract, which is detailing everything about the whole transaction, and a trust, which is giving a trustee the power to administrate. Okay. And then finally, you're going to get your deed. Your deed is a contract putting the public on notice that you own this property, or your trust owns the property. Okay. Must be tripping said, I have my family trust for 6 years now. The real estate bubble is about to completely pop. Land is going to be free again soon. I hope so. I hope so. Because that's another thing we should talk about. If the banking system crash, all loans should basically be forgiven because they're not even loans. So it ain't even nothing to forgive. So all loans should basically be forgiven or eliminated, however you want to say it. And if you have a contract to a certain property or you're living on a certain property, it should be deeded to you right away. It should be deeded to us right away. I really believe us that's getting land and properties on the contract and are already having it, having properties. I really believe it's gonna be a situation where they just gonna have to give it to us. They just gonna have to give it to us or facilitate some type of way for us to have the property. Or the property is gonna become worth so much more after or during the recession that you might have a property on a contract you're buying owner financing for 5,000, but because of the recession, it's now worth 50,000. It's now worth 50,000. So you don't care about the 5,000. You'll go ahead and sell the property to somebody for 50,000, pay off the $5,000 or $10,000, whatever it is, and you still got 45,000 in your pocket that you could take that cash money or whatever we're using for money then and go buy you something cash. One or the other is going to happen. I really believe that. But anyhow, those are the 5 contracts we need when we buying property. Also, when we buying property, we got 20, I think we're up to 22, 23 questions, right? We went over that already. You got to get in my mastermind for that. What we're going to do, and I'm going to do this with my class, is we are going to go over some ways right now to purchase properties through these websites. So I think Diaz, you about the only one. I think we got to find you something. You still been looking at the websites? I know Miriam and Chris got them something. Let's go to land. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we on this website here. Diaz, you in Texas. So for example, we go to Texas, right? We see one of these properties. We take this one for example. We read everything. Howard Wick is a small town with less than 500 residents. It is determined to keep its rule free while blah blah blah. We read all that information. What we're looking for, guys, is the APN or parcel number. APN or parcel number. That is the property number. See, it say property number here. This one is calling it property number, and it says 14799. Okay, this is also called an APN number or a parcel number, and we're also looking for the zoning. These are the two main things we're looking at for the zoning. Okay, zoning. It says not zoned, unclassified. So pretty much means we could do whatever we want out there. But we always call the county to make sure we could do whatever we want, or we can do what we want to do. And we ask the 21 to 20 some questions. And then zoning definition is say, though the county of Dunley does not zone properties, the city of Howardwick has to approve any building or use plans, right? So that's what we're looking for, right? Then once we have that information, we find out the county. We're also looking for what county is it. So our city, right? Because sometimes you call a county and the county will tell you call a city. Sometimes you call a city and they tell you call a county. So right here, see it say county. So right here, guys, Dunley County. We go to Google. We go to Google and we type in. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I do. I go just like this. I highlight it, I copy it, I go to Google, and it's already there. Dunley County Tax Assessor. Okay, and there go the phone number right there. We just press this call button right there. All right, and the number come up right there, and we just call them. All right, I'm gonna hang up. I'm not gonna call them, but it's that simple. We call a tax assessor, and we ask them certain questions like, what are the taxes? Are there any taxes or judgments on the property? Who is on deed to pay the taxes? And other questions we have. And then we do the same thing, and we call the building planning and zoning department. County planning and zoning. when we call the county planning and zoning, they go to phone number right there. Or it went back to tax assessor. But anyhow, we figure out the planning and zoning phone number, and we call them and we ask them certain questions. What kind of dwelling can we put on the property? How many of those dwellings? What size dwelling can we put on the property? So these are the questions that we ask the building planning and zoning department. And we ask the seller the same questions we ask the building and planning and tax department. The same questions, right? So these are the basics. Everybody got that? Diaz, you got that? These are the basics. Okay. Now once we do all of this, the property has met our standards and our criteria of what we want to do. Now the next step is either to go see the property, because by now we've done this on like 3-4 properties. We narrowed it down to which one we want. Then we go see the property that we want. If you're in a position where you cannot go see the property, you gotta go to Craigslist, go to Fiverr, go to Facebook Marketplace. It's a lot of websites you could go to. TaskRabbit is a good one, TaskRabbit, and you try to find somebody that does gig work, or even a contractor. Sometimes even an Uber or Lyft driver, and you want to pay them somewhere between $50 and $150 to go see the property. Go physically see the property, take pictures and video of the property. If they could video call you, even better. Even better if they could video call you while they're looking at the property. And then now you could make an even better decision. Okay, yeah, I definitely want that one. Or nah, I'm seeing something over there I don't want. Let me continue my search. So then you continue your search. So you either go to the same website, find another website, or use one of our other strategies of either going to a tax deed sale. If you have cash, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 cash, you could go to a tax deed sale and you can purchase a lot of nice properties really cheap. And that's a process for that. As a matter of fact, that's what we were supposed to do, guys. We were supposed to do the tax deed stuff. That's what we were supposed to do. Okay, I'm definitely gonna remember to do that next class. Y'all remind me, next class we're doing tax deeds. Tax deeds. Okay. I don't have the paperwork on me right now. So I'll have that for you guys by Tuesday class. We're gonna be doing tax deeds. The process of that. So anyhow, if we don't go to one of these websites, we just see a property that we would like to have or something like that. All we do is by driving around, we see a property we like. All we do is we then go to Zillow, right? We put the property address in Zillow. For example, I already have this up, but say it's this property right here. We just put the address in, or Zillow also uses coordinates, or you could find a property next to it and then zoom in to the property. So you might find this property address right here, this one that's 5,400. you might find that property address, but the one next to it is the one you really want, but you couldn't find that through Zillow because it doesn't have an address or a coordinate. So you find something on Zillow that's nearby that has an address or coordinate, that Zillow recognizes. And then once you find the area and you realize where you're at, then you zoom into your property, right? That you're interested in. So say it's this property right here. Say it's this property right here. Let me see. That one won't even work. So we finding one that works. Say it's this property right here. Okay, what we're doing right here is we're finding out all the information we can, right? Sometimes it'll come up like this. Everything is unavailable. It's showing everything unavailable, and sometimes it'll show you all kind of information about the property, like okay, here's some information. There was a single family house built on it in 1956. The tax history. Most times Zillow will tell you the tax history on every property. So here's a tax history. Back in 2011, it looks like the taxes. Oh, shoots. Hold on. I got disconnected from my class. Hey y'all, my bad. I don't know how that happened. All right, thank y'all for telling me. Y'all can hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know how that happened. I don't know where. Did y'all see when I went on Zillow? Or no?
No, you got cut off when you were getting ready to go into the fight. You saw it and then you got cut off.
When I was getting ready to go into Zillow?
No, before Zillow. When you were on one of the discount like.
Okay.
Showing us property, yeah.
That property. Okay. All right. Well, basically, what I was showing. Oh, I might have got cut off when I was trying to make a phone call. Okay.
Yeah, so, you made a call and
then it cut me off. Okay, so we got up to that point. So basically, I was just showing y'all that when you go to these websites and you look up a property, when you go to these websites, everybody should be familiar with all of this information right here. When you go to a website and you look up the property, you're looking for the parcel number. Let's go to this one, for example. You're looking for the parcel number. AP is called a parcel number, APN number, or property number. That number right there. See it say 11082. And then you find the county, see the county, and then you highlight the county, you do a copy, you go to Google. Google is one of our best tools. You go to Google and you put you paste, okay, Jones. It's always called a county assessor office. County assessor or county tax assessor office. Okay, that's the office we call when we want to find out the property owner information, who's on or what's called who's on deed. We ask who's on deed. We also want to find out how much are the taxes, or any taxes owed, any judgments on property. You guys have the questions that we ask in class, and the other one is called building and zoning, or building and zoning and planning, right? Or planning and zoning, right? So we type in that and we get their phone number and we call them. And then what I was saying was, once we get all that information, we'll go to something like Craigslist, TaskRabbit, what's another one? Even Facebook. And what we're looking for, guys, is somebody that does gig work. Can y'all hear me in class? Make sure y'all still there.
You good?
Okay. You could go to TaskRabbit. I'm trying to think of another one. Fiverr. And what you're doing is you're looking for somebody that does gig work. So, like, say you're on Craigslist, like I'm on Craigslist right now. You go on Craigslist, you go somewhere like general labor. See that one say general labor? So that one that says general labor, then you might even find one of these guys, like a landscaper guy. Just find somebody on here, for example. Matter of fact, there is one in here. I saw it the other day. I don't know where I found it, but it was people in there specifically saying they do gig work, like anything, even transportation. You could find somebody that does transportation. All these types of work are gig works. And what you do is you ask these people, hey, tell them, hey, I got some land that I'm buying, and I'm not in town. And you kind of don't want to even let them know that you're not familiar with the area, so they don't trick you. Because if in other words, the idea is, if they know you're not from the area or you don't know the area, they could just go next door and be like, this is the land. They could go anywhere and tell you this is the land, and that's not really it. What you kind of want to allude to is that you've been there already, but you need a video and picture of the land. You kind of want to let them know that you're well familiar with the terrain, with the property, with the land, but you, when you was there, you didn't get any pictures or videos, and you need them to go out there and get some pictures and videos for you. And if they could video call you while they're there, even better. And so you can get a better idea. Oh, here it is. You just type in gig. Like if you're on Craigslist, you type in gigs, and it's gonna say labor. You could go to labor gigs right there, and then you're gonna find people that's just looking for gig. People that's just looking to be hired to do gigs. And you go by whatever state you're in. Like up here it says Godwin, but you put whatever zip code the property in, you find a zip code. So say the zip code is 27970. Excuse me. Say the zip code is 27970. And so these, why it didn't do that? Okay, there it is. So I have two people here that does gig work. Preservation subcontractor needed. Um, these are people actually hiring. I think I have it under jobs. What I'm looking for is people. So I have it on the people that are looking to hire. You need to be under people that are looking for jobs. So in Craigslist, you would go under, is it okay? Gigs. That's people that's looking for work. So, oh, resumes. You would go on the resumes. For Craigslist, you would go on the resumes. So these are people that are looking for jobs, right? Yeah, okay. So on Craigslist specifically, these are people who are looking for jobs, right? So now, so it's resume. If you're on Craigslist, you go on the resume. Okay, let me go back and do that again. So when you're on Craigslist and you're looking to hire somebody, you go on the resumes. Okay, you go on the resumes, and that is people who are looking to get hired. Okay, they're looking to get hired. Okay, and then once you do that, then you put in the zip code. Sometimes you might not find anybody in that zip code, so you got to find the next zip code close by. And then see, no, there's nothing, nobody there, no entries there. So now I got to find a zip code that's close to that zip code. So then I'll probably go back to Zillow. Excuse me, I'll probably go back to Google. Okay, and I would just ask Google um, zip codes near, and then you put your zip code where your property is that you're looking at. Okay, and then it'll spit you out a list, or okay, so here it says 27970, and then 27925, 27865, right? So I just write those zip codes down. I'm gonna highlight that one and then go back over here. Copy. I'm just copying and pasting back in until I find a zip code that's close to mine, that works, that has people near that area. And I'm kind of glad this happened because especially if you're buying property in real rural areas, there's no workers out there. You're like you'll barely be able to find workers, because remember, this is like a real rural area, right? But anyhow, I finally found a zip code here that it looks like I could find somebody. Um, so I might find somebody. Let's go on a general. Why has it got it for sale? I'm not looking for something for sale. I'm looking for resumes. But you guys kind of get the idea. You would just keep trying to find a zip code that's close to you, that you can find a gig worker, and then you would hire that gig worker to go and find the property that you want to buy, and they will go take pictures and stuff for you. Now, a real good one, is Facebook. Be honest with you, and I don't even know, because okay, Facebook Marketplace. You go to Facebook Marketplace. I don't even know if it's gonna work on this phone, but you could go to Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, it's not gonna work on this phone. Let me see if my Fiverr gonna work. You go on Fiverr, and on Fiverr you could find pretty much anyone that has a camera. Anyone that has a camera. So you could almost find anybody really, because most people on Fiverr, they just want to make $1. They don't really care what they do. So you could find one of these people that do what's a good one right here? There's so many. Let me see, can I type it in? Photographer. Photography. So then photographers should pop up. Okay, so here's photographers. People do photography and what you want. Let me see if I could put that in there. This is all about putting in the right words. Somebody does freelance photography, because you want somebody that'll travel out in the field. So here's a guy right here, freelance photographer, $100, right? $80, $30. So you just like contact these people and tell them what you want. You know, you went to the property, you forgot to get pictures, or you need some pictures. So they'll go out there and take pictures from you. And again, another one is Uber. You can literally just get an Uber driver and get in contact. Like, go ahead and hire the Uber driver. Get in contact. Once you get in contact with them, what you're gonna do is you're gonna send the Uber driver to the property. You're gonna put in the property, send them to the property, and then you could do something like just make up another address that you want them to. They're picking you up from that property, right? That you want them to take pictures of, because that's where they're gonna go, right? And then in text message, because you could text your Uber driver, you're gonna tell them, hey, I really sent you out there to take pictures. Can you take pictures for me or video call me right now, and I will send you cash. I will cash app you or send you pictures, or send you money for going out there. And that way, with the Uber driver, you know that they're exactly in front of the property, because you know you're tracking them through the app, through the Uber app or the Lyft app, so you know they're specifically in front of the property. You don't even have to ask. So all they need to do is get out the car, get out the vehicle, or they could stay in the vehicle and just take pictures and video call you and say, hey, you're going to get paid for driving out there. Plus, I'm going to pay you for extra for taking some pictures from me. I give you extra $50, you know, $40, $50, something like that. And, you know, whatever I need to pay you for you coming out there, right? So that's a great way is Uber. But whichever way you guys use to get it done, you just want to get somebody out there to go look at the property for you. Now, I've bought a lot of properties and I don't even know what I own. I didn't hire anybody to go out there and look at it for me. And but I just bought them so cheap that I'm like, you know what? It don't even matter. I got the information that I needed from the county, and I got the information that I needed from the seller. So it doesn't even matter. Let me see what else we can go over right now. Let's see if we go to. Oh yeah, so I meant to go to Zillow. So if we're not buying a property from one of these websites, we're then gonna be buying the property from the tax collector office that somebody didn't pay their taxes, and we're gonna do that class next. We're gonna do that next class because that's what we were supposed to do in this class. Was we were supposed to do tax deed in this class. That's what we are supposed to do, but I don't have the paperwork in front of me for us to do that. So next class we'll do tax deeds. We'll do tax deeds. Um, so right now we'll just do, if you guys just stumble upon a property and if you guys just happen to stumble upon a property and you like, man, I would love to have this property. I would really love to have this property. Man, let me research this property. Okay. So the first thing you want to do in researching a property is you want to get the location of the property. Okay. When you're actually at the property, when you actually go to the property, you want to pull up Zillow. Okay. Once you pull up Zillow, you can actually press see where it says current location right here, current location. I'm about to click it. When you press current location, it will bring you up to exactly where you are, okay? Which will give you the address to the property, okay? If you are not in front of the property, but you just happen to know the address or the information to where the property is, then you would just type that in here and get the information for the property um, pulled up on Zillow, and then Zillow is gonna give you a lot of information. Okay, Zillow is gonna give you a lot of information. A lot of people don't realize how resourceful Zillow is. So once Zillow is pulled up, like this property here, it says single family built in 1950, half an acre, no HOA. Okay. It's gonna give you tax information. Okay. It's telling us in 2011 the property taxes were $30. Tax assessment 3,800. Then it goes all the way up with interest to 2022. The taxes are 5,380 is owed, and then we could read more on the property. Just keep scrolling, and Zillow will tell you so much information about these properties. Um, this property here, great school rating, are designed to be starting point to help parents. So it's telling you here that the names of the closest school: Clarkton School of Discovery, um, so all this information, a county website, it could take you to the county website. So when you go to Zillow, Zillow will also have like attachment websites, like the county website, um, um, different websites, right? So this, whenever it has a county website attached to it, that's awesome. It's perfect. So now it takes you directly to the property, is what it does. It takes you directly to the property. So now you get to go directly to the property on the county website, and see what the county has, the information that the county has about the property, right? Um, the current owner name is Charles Monroe. Um, the parcel number, um, the year built, just all this information about the property that you want to screenshot. You screenshot all this stuff or print it out. Okay. So now that you have specifically this name, the property owner name, now you want to see if they have an address other than the property address in question. Okay, so if they have an address other than a property address in question, you could write them. You could write them a letter and say, "Hey, my name is John Doe. I'm interested in purchasing your property at ABC Main Street, or 856 Blue Apple Street," and then um, you just wait for them to, and write your phone number, all the information in the letter, to contact you, and tell them you're willing to make them a generous offer, a very generous offer, and hopefully they contact you. And another thing you can do is skip trace them, right? A good skip trace app is called Been Verified. Okay, so if you go to Been Verified, um, you got to pay for it. But for example, if you pay for it, you just type in, see, say people search, you do people search, and his name was Charles. Okay. So we're gonna put his name in, Charles. Okay, so that's all the information we have. We have the state, so we'll put the state in North Carolina. Okay. Okay. So it said, please confirm before we continue. There are limits to how you can use. Okay, so let's see what it give us. Okay, so it's telling us we have to pay the $22 to get the information, right? But that's basically all you would do is put the name in, and it's gonna give you all the information it can, even date of birth. This should be illegal, be honest with you, that you could just put somebody's name in and find out their date of birth, their address, and everything. Like you pretty much have everything on this person except their social security number. This should actually be illegal. But we all know all our information are out there, and it's crazy that all our information is out there to the public like that, but it is what it is. Anyhow, another thing you can do is go on Facebook. Facebook is a beast. Facebook and Google. Oh, it's not gonna pull up for me, but you go on Facebook and Google and put a person's name in, and you'll be surprised. You just contact everybody by that name on Facebook or Google or Instagram and all this stuff, and sometimes it'll be the right person. You say, hey, do you own a property at so and so and so? I'm very interested in purchasing it, and giving you a generous offer. And sometimes you'll find a person that way also, you know. Um, and then we have a process for um talking to those people and stuff when we do get in contact with them. That's when we did the role play last time in class, how we talk to those people. But the easiest way for you guys to get started in buying properties is to go to these websites that I provide for you guys, and you'll just have direct properties right there in front of your face, um, that you can purchase, and you don't have to go through all that process of trying to find the owner and all that type of stuff. And also, when you do go to tax deed sales, you have to bid, and you have to have cash money. Somebody on YouTube said, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Nobody. I do Zillow is my favorite. Found 0.26 acres for 12,000 undeveloped. I guess he meant undeveloped. Yeah, that's a good deal for a quarter acre, $12,000. Where at, Miss Nobody? Where at? Um, so basically, like, oh, $1,200. Dang. Yeah, you did say 1,200. Where at? 1,200. Where at? So, um, like these are. Oh, New Mexico. That's a great deal. Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, New Mexico, depending on where it's at, um, that's a really good deal. The prices are going up in New Mexico. I brought 5 acres in New Mexico for $4,000. That's like, um, let me go to my calculator real quick. 4,000 divided by 5. That's like $800 an acre. $800 an acre. So that means a quarter acre is like $200. I basically paid $200 for a quarter acre, and you found a quarter acre for $1,200. Yeah, prices going up. Prices are going up. $1,200 for a quarter acre is still a great deal, though. That is still a great deal, because where are you gonna find a quarter acre for $1,200 in America? Where are you gonna find it? But when I bought that like a year ago. We bought with the financing fees and everything, we'll probably end up paying like $6,000. But even at $6,000, that's like 1,000 and change per acre, which is like $300-400 per quarter acre. So yeah, but that's still a good price for $1,200 for a quarter acre. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, but believe me, all these places that's in the middle of nowhere now, in a few years, are gonna be paradises because people are building earth homes out in these areas, and self-sufficient homes. So that's a good deal. Um, yeah, I love the middle of nowhere too. Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere. Start low. That's still a good deal. That's a great deal. So like this website we on here now. I went to Texas, and let's go to this one because I see where it has somebody living out there already. San Francisco Road in Deming. Oh, that's New Mexico. Oh, here I just found a New Mexico property, half acre for $75 a month. Taxes $17.46 a year. Uh, it's $11.90 plus $99 document fee. $99 down, $75 a month. Um, how much land is it? A half acre. Yeah, sure. I found a half acre right here for 1,200. Miss Nobody. I found a half acre right here for 1,200. A half acre for 1,200. Basically 1,200. 1190, and it's in Deming, New Mexico. So you could probably look around and find a better deal. In New Mexico, you could probably get a half acre instead of a quarter acre. Anyhow, I was trying to get to Texas. Trying to get to Texas. Where is that? Almost. I'm almost done.
Hey, we're ready for you to turn up with us.
Oh, I'm coming. Say less.
We about to eat. We done drunk 2 bottles of champagne.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, the girls is waiting for you to come and turn up.
You already lit. I could tell you lit already.
Yeah. We done had like 3 shots and the champagne, but we're about to eat, so I want you to come.
Okay, I'm coming now. I'm about to go, y'all. Family having a little party over here.
Okay,
So, listen, guys. In my class, y'all have any questions? Any questions you guys have? This is another website. You guys have all the websites in class. Just keep going through them, and once you find them, you guys just go through the process or call me, and that's what I'm here for. You call me, and we'll call the counties together, and we'll go through all of this together. See, like this one, for example, you got to watch all this stuff. See, it said HOA, POA fee $95. See, that's a fee you got to pay every year. Now, I do own properties that I pay a HOA fee, but, I have a pool, I have amenities on the properties, so it's worth it. But, if you want to stay away from the HOA fees, look out for that. Look out for these properties that have that. So this is one that I wouldn't even be looking at unless it has amenities. It looks like the only thing is that it's nearby attractions. So if I'm interested in these nearby attractions, then I wouldn't mind paying this HOA fee. But always remember, with HOAs and POAs, HOA is home home association and POA is property association. All it is you have like a board of people and you have rules and regulations you have to go by. I personally don't like them because you have to deal with all these personalities, and if you're doing something on your own property, they'll be telling you can't do that and all this type of foolishness. But some people, they like that. It's good in a way because it keeps the value up. Sometimes that means people can't do any type of craziness on their properties, and sometimes these websites give you a YouTube video to go to. So there's a YouTube video for this one right here. But you guys just go through these websites and go through these whatchamacallits, and then call me if you get stuck and anything like that, and then we'll go through these properties together and stuff like that. So you guys have any questions in class? Any questions? On YouTube, Miss Nobody said check Las Lunas. Oh, that's actually where my property is, in Las Lunas. Las Lunas. Now I'm gonna tell you something about New Mexico. Another reason why it's so cheap in New Mexico is because in New Mexico we do not get our air rights and we do not get our mineral rights. Okay, I'm aware of that. So you be aware of that. That's another question we ask the county and the sellers. Do we get our air rights? Do we get our mineral rights? If anybody's buying property in New Mexico, a lot of parts of New Mexico, a lot of parts of Colorado, a lot of parts of Dakotas, a lot of parts of Arizona, they do not give air rights and mineral rights. Like generations and generations of people in the past are holding on to air rights and mineral rights for when they strike gold, if gold is ever struck. You'll be surprised. You own a piece of property, put your house on it and everything, you get all set up, and somebody come knocking on your door saying, we got the mineral rights and we gonna start digging, and there's nothing you could do about it. That's what the a lot of the quote unquote American Indians been going through, is that they have all this land and property, but they don't have the mineral rights. They sold their mineral rights. All they have is the land rights. So having the land rights means all you can do is you can do anything on the surface of the land. You own the surface of the land. But underneath all of that, somebody else own. Okay? So you could put a house, you could do whatever you want on the surface of the land. But under the land, which I think it's so many feet under the surface, after so many feet under the surface, somebody else owns all of that. All right? So just be mindful of it. I'm not saying don't buy property like that, but just be mindful of it, right? and buy it accordingly. You're not going to pay $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for something you don't even own the air rights and mineral rights. Okay? Now, if you pay $2,000, $3,000, or like Miss Nobody say, $1,200, $200, $300, no big deal if you don't get the air rights and mineral rights. You know what I'm saying? At least you could go out there and hang out, put a little trailer and live free forever until they come knocking on your door talking about they're going to start digging. And even then, when they start digging, they have to compensate you to move or accommodate you in some type of way. Yes, they took 40 acres from us already this way. Yeah. When they come knocking on your door trying to dig for minerals, they're going to have to move or pay you off to move and all that type of stuff. But anyhow, class, that is class for today. for TA. And next class is Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? All right, class. So next class, I probably will not be broadcasting on YouTube because we're going to get real deep into information. And that's strictly information for those in my mastermind class because they paid for that information. So we're going to go dive deep into buying properties from the tax deed sales. Okay, we're gonna go deep into that. Buying properties from the tax deed sales. Those of you on YouTube, get in the mastermind. Call me 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Call me and you can get in the mastermind. And you guys already in the mastermind. Any questions? Any questions? If not, we're gonna dive deep, guys. We're gonna dive deep next class into tax deed sales. Already been giving you guys a little dose of it. There's only about 15 states that do tax deeds. The other states are tax liens. Tax lien state. That means you can only put a lien on somebody's property if you pay the taxes, and then they have 3 months to 36 months to pay you back, anywhere up in there, with interest. But tax deed states, once you pay the taxes, you own the property right away. All right, so we're gonna dive deep into that, probably for the rest of the month. Tax deeds. All right. Love you guys, and I'll see you in class Tuesday. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, gratitude. All right, guys. And for those of you on YouTube, you want to get in my mastermind, it's 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. We do this for real. I do this live with my students. You get me live. You're not getting emails and all of this type of stuff. I deal with each of my students individually and collectively in a group. We have class every Sunday. I say Sunday at this time, 3 p.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. And we have class on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right. And I teach you guys A to Z in real estate. Everything I know, you know. Let me not say A to Z, but everything I know, you will know in real estate. Okay. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. Nobody knows, no one person knows everything, but many people can know many things. All right. So if you guys want to get in the mastermind, it's 754-229-0940. Just call me up. Don't ask me for no email and all this type of stuff. Just send me a text message or give me a phone call and we'll talk about it. It's $11 per class. $11 per class. All right. Or you could pay for the whole year, $111. Actually, for $111, you get lifetime membership. Let me not say that. No, that's a 1-year membership. $111 is 1-year membership. $222 is lifetime membership. Lifetime membership into the mastermind class. Okay, lifetime membership, $222, which also includes 1 year of one-on-one with me. And then I have other packages also. Just shoot me a text message or call me and I'll send you over the information for all the different classes and packages. You can also make installments on any package over $50. If you say you don't have all the money right now, you can make installments, no problem. I'm just trying to get you guys the information. All right. But this is somewhat what we do, how we get down in class. Next class, I'm not going to broadcast on YouTube. Because when we dive deep, you know, that's specifically for those in the mastermind. That's specifically for those in the mastermind. Anyhow, talk to you guys later. 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Thank you guys for watching. Miss Nobody. And everybody that was watching. Erica S. Emma. Must Be Tripping. I like that name, Must Be Tripping. And somebody just asked, they said, how was your day? All right, talk to you guys later. Peace.